Hey guys, CryptoDad here. Thanks for joining me tonight on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys, and as always, I'll do my very best to get to your questions and see if we can't answer your troubleshoot your problems here live. So once again, I'm here with the rig and all of my cool stuff in the background. I've got some stuff planned for you tonight. It's been a while since I had an agenda. Of course, I've got the news stories. We'll jump into that. It's been an exciting week for Bitcoin. We hit all-time highs on two of the days of between our last live stream. We hit a new all-time high on Tuesday, I believe it was. And then we hit an all-time high on Friday, yesterday, fairly early in the U.S. trading day. So it's been pretty exciting. Both of those all-time highs were fairly brief, followed by a quick pullback. But we've sort of recovered from both of those pullbacks, and we're currently hovering around 68,200, 68,300. I think currently we're at 68,500. We'll double check that. But once again, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Let's have a good live stream. Oh, and I'm also going to be sharing some of my crypto self-custody tips for you. I've got 5 or 6 of them written down, and so we'll go through those. If I don't get overwhelmed with questions, I'll touch on those topics. I'm also posting those topics on my YouTube shorts, trying to get into the groove of doing shorts. I'm not really a big shorts fan because my content doesn't lend itself to 60-second blurbs, but I'm doing my best. So let's go over here and see what we got. I want to thank everyone that's here tonight, of course, as usual. Kenny was here early, and thank you for the news, Kenny. I appreciate it. Simon is here. Chonktown is here with his drinks and snacks ready. Gianluca Ziari, I believe you've been in here before. Thank you so much for being here again. Mr. Miski, always a pleasure. Andres Svensky, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. It's good to have you here. Gregory Wieland, Mark Schlossberg from Slovakia, good to have you here as well. Mark, I've noticed you have 2 accounts. I think you have one that has your name in a little more of your native alphabet format, and then you have this other one that is more of the English format. But either way you join us, I'm happy to see you here. Gregory Whelan, thanks for being here. Asil, always a pleasure to have you here. Diesel Kane, Simona Moulin, Kelly P., E. Poston, another return viewer, Frank Rodriguez, Sophia Isaac, wonderful. The current value of Bitcoin, I guess, is around 68,500 right now, which is cool. P. Wizzle, thank you for being here. GT, hey, CryptoDad, there's a guy I know who can't unstake his band from Atomic Wallet. He has more than enough band to pay the unstake fee, but it still won't let him any suggestions. I haven't used Atomic Wallet in quite a while. And if I recall, Band has its own blockchain, so it's not like, trying to unstake an Ethereum token where you're lacking Ethereum fees or one of the other chains like that. So, yeah, I'm not sure why it's not allowing him. Usually when you can't unstake a token, in general, a lot of the times it's because you have all of it staked and you didn't leave any of the native token available in your wallet to pay for the fees of unstaking it. Some blockchains are like that. I know Harmony One was like that. I had some issues trying to unstake my Harmony One. So most likely, well, but you say he's got enough band in there, so I wouldn't know for sure. But he may think he's got enough band in there, but it's all staked. So I don't know. If he says there's an available banned balance and it's still not allowing him to unstake, he might try restoring the wallet on a different computer using his backup phrase. Maybe it's some sort of environmental issue with his computer, or a glitch in the wallet, or in his preferences on his computer. I don't know if he has it on his phone or on his computer. I know it's compatible with both, but maybe try restoring the wallet on a different device and seeing if he still has that same issue. But anyway, let's finish greeting. So many people here tonight. Thomas Falsey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Patricia, is it safer to stake your crypto in Coinbase than just holding crypto on Coinbase? I'm not a big fan of keeping your crypto on an exchange. I prefer self-custody, keeping it in your own wallet. Even if you're staking it in Coinbase, it's still in their custody. So in that sense, you're not really holding it. It's more complicated to stake it on your own, but keeping it on Coinbase is not self-custody. Although it does sort of streamline the process and make it much easier. It might be the best thing for a lot of people out there. Coinbase is pretty trustworthy. Let's jump into, well, before I jump into the news, let me just point out that in the description down below, we've got a breakdown of the top story and our discussion topic and our agenda of some things I want to show you guys tonight. Some affiliate links here, one for Coinbase. If you don't have a Coinbase account and you're curious and you want to get your hands on some crypto using one of the top exchanges in the US, I have an affiliate link there. You can click that link and go check it out and decide if you want to open an account or not. I've got some links there for the latest ledgers, the Ledger Nano X and the Ledger Nano S Plus. Both the special orange edition, which will, when you buy during the special, they will donate to Bitcoin development, which is pretty cool, and a bunch of other affiliate links down here, and the news stories. I kind of didn't link a whole bunch of news stories. I want to get more into the guts of what we're talking about tonight. So let's go ahead and dive in. As I mentioned, I decided to focus on the fact that we hit two all-time highs this week. We hit an all-time high on Tuesday, and we hit an all-time high on Friday. But a lot of people and analysts and traders are focusing on the fact that both of those all-time highs were quickly followed by rather steep pullbacks. So that's kind of the top story. Groundhog Day in crypto as Bitcoin again plunges. They always use that word, plunge, following the new record. Well, as you can see right here, we're at 68,542. That's not too shabby, considering that the all-time high is just over 70,200. It's not that far off. So I think we're doing pretty good, treading water, and kind of in, and I don't know if you call it an accumulation or a consolidation or whatever you want to call it. It's not what I would consider a huge plunge. But during those brief days when we hit those all-time highs, we did experience some rather steep pullbacks. So let's see, it's deja vu all over again for BTC bulls, who for the second time this week barely had a few seconds to celebrate a surge to a new all-time high before prices quickly reversed sharply lower. In the morning hours of U.S. trading, Bitcoin took out the Tuesday record of 69,200 and rose to 70,136. CoinDesk Bitcoin Index data shows. But within seconds, selling took hold, and less than 1 hour later, the price had tumbled around 5% to as low as 66,500. Now, that's a lot higher than the pullback low on Tuesday, which I believe was around 60,000. So when we hit the 69,200 all-time high, which, from November of 2021, we pulled back down to around 60,000. But when we hit a new all-time high of $70,136 per Bitcoin, it only pulled back to around 66.5. So, hey, I'll take it. Thomas Falsey, thank you so much for that donation. I really appreciate that. I am kind of in a crazy niche here in YouTube. First of all, I'm an old fart. Most YouTubers are in their 20s and 30s. And another thing about me and my YouTube channel is that I am more of a long format type person. I'm not the short format type person. So that's another thing. And so I'm not what you consider like a big star or whatever, but I do have a lot of loyal viewers, and I have a lot of comments of people who I've helped, and that really helps me. And of course, when people like Thomas donate, that is a validation of what it is I'm trying to do here, to educate. I'm not here to pump, but I am here to join in the collective celebration of the crypto market hitting new highs. I am, of course, helping people to custody their Bitcoin, which is a component of investment, but I'm really not here to give investment advice as to when is the right time to buy and sell or which altcoins to buy and that sort of stuff. So it's heartening to have Thomas and a lot of my viewers here encouraging me and helping me out. I really appreciate that. So yeah, and all these stories are linked down in the description below. Another story, which is kind of interesting, Bitcoin whales not selling despite 70K BTC holdings. Growth is going parabolic. Now, a lot of people are still kind of under the impression that Bitcoin is anonymous. It is pseudonymous, which means you don't really have to attach your name to a Bitcoin wallet, but it is not anonymous. The blockchain is transparent. Anyone can check a blockchain explorer, and there are a lot of websites and companies out there that do blockchain analysis. So when they talk about Bitcoin whales, they don't know exactly who they are. They might know in some instances. But when they talk about Bitcoin whales, they generally are talking about Bitcoin wallets holding a certain amount of Bitcoin. I don't know what the definition is anymore. I think it was something like anyone that's got more than 100 Bitcoin in a wallet or stuff like that. But yeah, that's what they're talking about when they, oh, here it is, 1,000. Okay, sorry. Bitcoin addresses holding at least 1,000 BTC are climbing again, despite the BTC price reaching over 70,000 for the first time. That means there are more people storing there are more wallets storing more than 1,000 Bitcoin out there on the blockchain. Whales are not in a rush to sell into the current rally that propelled Bitcoin to new highs above 70,000. The latest on-chain data suggests the number of unique addresses holding at least 1,000 Bitcoin, known as whales, has risen to 2,104 addresses as of March 7th. However, this is still lower than the record of 2,489 addresses reached in February of 2021 when Bitcoin was trading above 46,000. So we still got a ways to go for all of the Bitcoin metrics to hit previous highs, right? We've had those price highs, and now there are other highs, such as there are measurements of how much activity, there's how much trading activity, there's how many wallets there are that hold more than 1,000 Bitcoin. There are a lot of metrics out there. The rising wallet count could also be attributed to the United States spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds, which surpassed 52.5 billion in cumulative trading volume on March 4th. The fact that whales are not selling their Bitcoin at these levels suggests that they expect prices to rise further. Bitcoin whales are important because the size of their trades can significantly impact price. So very interesting. That's a good story, right? Let's take a look at this. And by the way, I think almost every story I've got queued up tonight, Kenny sent me today. He sends me stories every day, but I decided to just sort of rely on his resources tonight for all of the stories. CryptoBiz, MicroStrategy doubles down on Bitcoin. Ether ETFs delayed, and more. So this is kind of a focus on what's going on in the Bitcoin-related business arena. So we've got Bitcoin bull market currently in full swing, thanks to flows from exchange-traded funds and market anticipation. Taking advantage of the market trend, MicroStrategy has doubled down on Bitcoin. The company is set to issue convertible notes, a short-term debt that can be converted into equity in the future, to add more coins to its 193,000 BTC holdings. And that's MicroStrategy. They're a company that holds a lot of Bitcoin and has some ETFs. Meanwhile, asset manager BlackRock filed an amendment with the United States SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, to incorporate Bitcoin exposure into its Strategic Income Opportunities Fund. The fund currently has $36.5 billion in assets under management, according to BlackRock. A lot of good stuff going on. Another interesting perspective on current market dynamics can be gained by looking at Bitcoin miner reserves in February. At the end of the month, miner reserves remain stable at around 1.82 million BTC, indicating a slower sales pace than in January with the halving event around the corner. I think we're in the Bitcoin gold rush era. It started in January of 2024 and will run until about October of 2034. Oh, MicroStrategy co-founder and executive chairman Michael Saylor recently said at a Bitcoin event. Well, take that with a grain of salt, because Michael Saylor is an uber Bitcoin maximalist. And of course, he's going to be very optimistic about Bitcoin. That doesn't make him any less credible. I'm just saying that's his MO, right? So got a lot of good news in the business world surrounding crypto. This is a far cry from what we were experiencing in the bull run of 2017, when Bitcoin and the crypto market were pretty much restricted to wallets and exchanges. And most of the exchanges were sort of frowned upon and considered sketchy and unregulated. And so there was a lot of FUD surrounding the Bitcoin bull market. The same even in 2020 and 2021, even though there was a lot of all-time highs set in 2021 and a lot of optimism around Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, there was still a lot of FUD in the business sector around Bitcoin being sketchy and unregulated and dangerous and that sort of thing. And this time around, we're really getting a lot of synergy between the crypto market and the business interests out there, or the finance industry. I should also say that we're talking a lot about Bitcoin and Ethereum and ETFs, and that's really kind of what's driving this market. But I should also point out that all of this validation of Bitcoin and Ethereum is kind of trickling down to the entire crypto market. So we're seeing a lot of blockchain products, a lot of alternate blockchains like Solana, and well, let's just take a look at the top real quick here. Here we go. I'm at a loss for words at the moment. BNB is, we got a story about BNB, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Doge and Shiba, which are kind of meme coins. They don't really count, but they're on a tear. We got Avalanche, Polkadot, Tron, Chainlink. So we've Polygon. There are a lot, and then smaller chains like Internet Computer, Near Protocol, Cosmos, of course, which is a great ecosystem. A lot of these chains and coins are getting a lot of credit, or what we might call street cred, because of this bull run in the top tier cryptos. So the entire crypto industry is starting to blossom now, and people are starting to take it seriously as an emergent technology, which it is, which I've always said it is. So I just want to point that out, that it's all kind of trickling down to all of these other cryptos as well. So let's get back to the stories here. Coinbase stock jumped 60% in 2024, recovers listing price. When Coinbase debuted on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ or whatever exchange it debuted on, the price was really high, and then it pulled back, and so it's been getting bashed ever since. Well, now it has its comeuppance, right? Coin stock has rebounded to surpass the 250 mark for the first time in 2 years. Over the past 12 months, Coinbase shares have climbed more than 300%. So, if you want to invest in a business that is very closely related to the crypto market, you can't go wrong with Coinbase, although I don't give financial advice, right? Coinbase stock has shown notable growth in recent weeks, returning to its listing price and trading above 252 at the time of writing, representing a 60% surge since the beginning of the year. The stock has rebounded to surpass the 250 mark for the first time in 2 years on March 8th, following a significant downturn during the crypto winter that saw its shares plummet to as low as $33 in 2023. Over the past year, Coinbase shares have risen over 300%. Aha, there you go. And then some other stuff related to BlackRock. So, things are looking up in the business world related to crypto. Now, I told you we were going to talk a little bit about BNB, which is the coin named after Binance, right? It's kind of a weird coin. And it's pretty high in the crypto market cap. It's number 4. It always pretty much has stayed very high in the list of cryptos by market cap, even though it had dropped quite a bit along with the rest of the crypto market. But it's weird because it's not like Coinbase, it's not like Binance stock. And Binance sort of created it, but they claim that they don't control it. Although I'm sure most of the people that are working on the BNB development are related to or connected to Binance in some way or form. So it's kind of a weird coin. And I would also point out, that Binance is started out as a Chinese company. And then they sort of got chased out of China I think they went to Taiwan briefly, and then they went to Singapore or Hong Kong, and then they were based in Malta, and then not really they didn't really have a physical location, and they've always been considered sort of sketchy by U.S. financial authorities, but they just won't go away, right? And so the BNB coin is again climbing. And another thing I would like to point out, I checked on this, CoinGecko is a great resource for checking prices and charts and all that stuff. But if we go over here to exchanges, it used to be that Binance was always on the top. But what's interesting is that they are sorting these by trust factor, right? Or trust score. So OKX is the number one and Coinbase is number two. But if we sort by 24-hour volume, you'll see Binance pops right back up there. And then notice here they have two measurements, which is kind of weird. They have 24-hour volume normalized, whatever that means, and 24-hour volume raw with no normalized. So if we look at normalized 24-hour volume, Binance is still head and shoulders above the rest. The nearest competitor is OKX. So Binance has 10 billion. I think that's a billion, right? Yes, that's $10 billion worth of 24-hour volume, as opposed to OKX in a distant second at 3,752,000,000. And then if we look at the 24-hour raw volume, we've got Binance at 25 billion. And then if you look at these other crypto exchanges, their 24-hour volume between normalized and regular is pretty much the same. So this whole normalized thing is some sort of metric that they've somehow applied to Binance because the narrative is that Binance is overstating their 24-hour volume, right? It's just kind of weird. But by far, Binance is still the most highly popular, the most volume, the cryptocurrency exchange in the world, right? And even though they've been getting bashed a lot by the U.S. and the Western financial powers, they've dragged CZ into court in the United States. They had him plead guilty to some sort of lesser charge of money laundering or whatever. They're trying to make him look bad, but still, Binance just won't go away, right? I wish I could still use Binance. I loved Binance. I used it a lot back in the early days until they blocked US users from using it. So yeah, BNB. Despite facing regulatory hurdles, Binance Coin has seen a remarkable surge of 51% over the past month, hitting a new high of $475 per coin, a level not seen in 2 years. This surge highlights BNB's resilience and growing prominence in the crypto landscape. And as I said, BNB is not Binance, right? But it's called Binance Coin, but it is not directly tied to, the market cap of Binance or the trading volume of Binance. It is a separate blockchain maintained by supposedly separate developers, but it's the go-to coin it's the go-to sort of coin to use on the Binance exchange. You save money when you use BNB to pay your fees, so it incentivizes people to use and hold BNB if you're a big Binance trader. So it's linked to Binance exchange, but it is not Binance, right? It's BNB coin. Interesting. So let's see. Here are the factors. Increased BNB chain activity, the Binance launch of futures next, increase in Binance BNB coin. The platform allows users to predict token listings on the futures market and earn rewards by purchasing picks and allocating them to preferred tokens. Always kind of complicated to trade over there on Binance. Binance robust infrastructure. While other major exchanges like Coinbase, grappled with outages during surges, Binance's trading remained unaffected, showcasing its robust infrastructure. This reliability, coupled with its leadership in spot and derivatives trading volumes, has attracted users looking to benefit from reduced trading fees and participation in token launches. Wow. Commitment to structured corporate governance framework, market performance of Binance Coin. Wow. So yeah, it's not going away, guys. Interesting. I think that's it for the news. Let me catch up with what's going on here. It's 6:30, so I like to try to get the news finished up by 6:30. Let's see here. Thanks again for that donation, Thomas. I really appreciate that. I think Thomas and I spoke on the phone. If that's the same Thomas, I believe it is. Thanks. Thank you so much, Thomas. I did kind of want to, put another, put it out there, guys, that I do, I will arrange sessions with people, consulting sessions for a price, if that's what you need. But I'm pretty particular about who I will do a session with. I've been doing this a long time, and it can get kind of dicey depending on the personality type of the person that wants to do a session with me. So I'm pretty particular. One of the things that I'm particular about is if what they need is clear and concise. I want to be able to help people, and if it's just, I need your help, I can't hold your hand through everything, but I am willing to help. But besides all of that, I am perfectly willing and pretty much spend a good part of my day helping people out online through email and YouTube comments. So I do my best to go through my YouTube comments and reply. Sometimes I'm just saying thank you. Other times I'm responding to a question or a problem, and then we'll go back and forth in the YouTube comments. But shoot me an email if you want to. My email is thecryptodad@gmail.com. So please shoot me an email if you have a concise question. It doesn't have to be an easy question. It just has to be, I have to understand what you're asking me. So, like, just shooting me an email that says, please help me, sir, I'm probably not even going to respond to that. But Thomas sent me an email. He was having trouble with Solana in the Trezor, and we're going to talk about that tonight. I'm going to go through that because I went through it with Thomas. And Solana, Trezor Suite does support Solana, but there are some glitches in its support of sub tokens like Jupiter and Radium. Radium seemed to work okay, but Jupiter, there's some issues. So I wanted to sort of cover that issue tonight a little bit. But yeah, once again, thank you for that, Thomas. Are VPN providers better than others for DeFi? I'm looking for one that will prevent me from being geo-blocked from an airdrop claims and DeFi sites. As far as DeFi, I don't know that. I know that there are certain websites that are aware when you're using a VPN, sort of, maybe. I know that there are a lot of websites that will block Tor connections, but I don't know about VPN. But I'm pretty sure that there are certain websites that are aware that you're using VPN, but maybe not. I can't say that for sure. DEXs are a bit different in that sense. I don't know that their infrastructure is really busy taking care of business, and I'm sure the developers spend a lot of time trying to improve their interface and their features and prevent hackers and malicious smart contracts and that sort of stuff. I don't know that DEXs spend a lot of time filtering what they would consider VPNs based on the VPN company. I tend to choose my VPNs based on how private they are. This privacytools.io is a really good resource for that. I don't know if it's controlled opposition or anything, or if it's been compromised by the CIA or the NSA or anything like that. But where'd it go? Was it over here? Or was I? Okay. But by and large, this site, privacytools.io, is a very good resource for choosing a privacy-based VPN, and they'll sort of tell you why it's better for privacy. You know, one of them is that where they're based, if they're not US based, then they aren't as susceptible to subpoenas by US law enforcement. And also, you know, what platforms they support and what payment methods they support. So, you know, they can be really private and secure, but if you're forced to use a credit card or you can't really use crypto, then it's not as private as it could be. I don't see Mulad on here, which is one of my favorites. That's okay. 5 VPN for internet privacy. NordVPN is number 1. You can pay with Bitcoin. Surfshark, ExpressVPN. Oh, there's Mulad. Yeah, I like Mulad because they accept Monero. So it's a really great private way to, and of course, there are other considerations when it comes to VPNs as far as protecting your privacy, where you connect from, who your ISP is, a lot of stuff like that, the computer that you're using. But you know, you might want to use a separate computer if you're trying to stay private, that you don't do your day-to-day stuff on, whatever. But Mulad is a good privacy-based VPN, and this is a good tool for choosing one that works best for you. Yeah, I think I've done that. There are some dexes that won't let you connect, like Bakery Swap, for example. That when I try to connect to Bakery Swap, they'll say, "Oh, we can't." What do they say? They say something weird. Where'd it go? I can't see. Well, no, I don't. Oh, here, Bakery Swap. Yeah, they give you service not available in your region. And this is a DEX, right? So, but they know I'm in the US, so they won't let me even connect to the DEX, even with my wallet, right? Which is, you know, you don't have to show an ID on a DEX, but there are certain DEXs, you know, that will block you just based on your IP. Okay, so let me get down a little more. There's so many people here tonight. I apologize if I'm missing questions. Peggy Sue, I just set mine up today, and I noticed there was a screen in the menu to go to external DApp to buy trade. New to storing my crypto on Tangem Cold Wallet. Why isn't there a buy button on any of my cryptos? I've read that I can buy crypto from my Tangem wallet. The average, Tangem Wallet is a great resource. I tend to kind of try to keep my wallets and my trading separate, but a lot of people want both. You know, they want a wallet and they want to be able to trade. But if we look at the Tangem wallet, and we'll play around with this a little more later, they do have trading features in the wallet itself. But you have to understand that most of these trading features that are built into wallets are not happening directly in the wallet. You're being directed to some sort of third-party service. So let's say if we want to buy Polygon. So look, I'm looking at an empty crypto in my wallet, and if I hit buy, it's going to take me to sign up for Mercurio. And so I'm going to have to sign up for a Mercurio account. I'm going to have to go through their KYC. I'm probably going to have to submit identity documents. This is not the Tangem wallet. This is a third party. So just be aware that when you're trading like this, you're using a third party service. My personal preference, if I'm going to trade, is to use a cryptocurrency exchange that is designed expressly for that purpose. But there are certain limitations, certain coins you can't get on US-based exchanges that you can get through other means like DeFi or whatever. But even in the DeFi world, I would prefer, instead of like if we do swap, I'm not sure. Let's see here. Well, let's put one in here that I have a balance in and tell it that I want to, whoops. Ah, all right. 100. Okay. I want it to give me, okay, there. So it's telling me that I can do this trade using the Change Now centralized exchange. This is a centralized exchange. This is not a DEX. So when I do this swap, under the hood, I will be sending my 100 Tron to the Change Now centralized exchange. The trade will take place on their centralized exchange, and then they will send the Matic back to my Matic wallet. So as you can see, it is not just happening in the wallet. It's for convenience. It sort of seems that way, but it's not. And we can choose more than just this one. If we tap here, you can see I can use Changely or sometimes 1inch. And all of these features depend, go away, please. All of these features depend on the crypto that we're dealing with. It's not seamless. It's not across all of the cryptos, it's exactly the same. It depends on the cryptocurrency. So like if we go to Bitcoin and we say we want to buy, I think they would still use that Mercurio thing or whatever. But if we were going to try to swap Bitcoin, which I don't have any right now, let me switch this if I can. Okay, let's try this again. I think this would end up being the same thing, right? Because we're dealing with Tron and we still have these two choices here. But I think maybe if we had Bitcoin, there might be other choices. I don't know. But as you can see in Bitcoin, there's receive, swap, buy, and sell, where in Polygon, the sell and the send are dim because there's nothing in there right now. So it also depends on your, if you have holdings in there or not, as to which features are enabled or not. But you're saying that you don't see buy, and I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Tangent is a great wallet. I love it. But the trading features are not just happening within the wallet. You're actually sending crypto to an exchange, making a trade, and then the result of that trade is coming back into your wallet. So for a moment there, you will be crypto-less, right? The crypto will be gone, and then they'll send you back the results of your trade. My thing is, if you're going to do that, then you might as well use a real exchange like Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, or Binance, or whatever you're going to use that is designed for crypto trading, rather than using the convenience of your wallet to do trading with third-party services that might have higher fees and could have glitches and stuff like that. Just keep that stuff in mind. Hi, everyone. Bobby's here. Is anyone sending or receiving with Ledger Nano X? Any issues? Haven't had any issues. Let's see. BNB has scheduled buybacks. That's why its price is supported. They buy millions of dollars of their own token. There's always the naysayers that say it's a huge Ponzi scheme. I get that. And sure, maybe they are manipulating the market, but one man's scam is another man's business practice. Maybe we should put it that way. Anyway, but yes, thank you for your opinion. I understand that. A lot of people claim that Tether is a huge Ponzi scheme scam, but it seems like it's been around for a while. Yes, thank you, Asil, for your donation. I appreciate that. VPN, let's see. I appreciate the response, Bobby, because it's really easy to navigate. I was just wondering because I know a lot of people talk about the Ledger device, and I saw the price was really decent. Chronicles. A lot of people don't trust Ledger anymore, but I hear it's okay. No hacks reported in the past year, as I understand. A lot of people seem big on Keystone. There's a lot of FUD in the crypto hardware wallet sector. A lot of people don't trust Ledger. That is correct. I do. I don't think it's like they have hacked or built a backdoor into their firmware update. Claude Kerner. Thank you, Rex, for the hint and the link to Support Team last Wednesday. They gave me temporary access to my account to be able to withdraw my tokens, despite the exchange being banned in Canada. Thanks again. Oh, Claude, right, yeah. Claude is another good example of someone that I deal with via email. He shot me a question. I can't remember the exact exchange, but he mentioned that he had some tokens on an exchange, I think it was KuCoin, that had blocked people in the US. And I was pretty sure that most of those exchanges, no matter where they are in the world, do maintain some sort of policy to allow people to make a withdrawal if they are holding tokens on the exchange. As long as they can prove they are who they say they will grant you access in order to withdraw any crypto that you may still have left on there. And that usually will last for a while, maybe a month or a year, or sometimes even after they have blocked normal people from accessing the exchange. Generally, in order to do that, you need to contact their tech support in order to gain access in that in that scenario. So that's great. I'm glad to hear that, Claude. I appreciate you coming back in and making that donation. I see you have Caspa in your tangent wallet. Does Caspa support Ledger? By the way, yes, Caspa does support Ledger Live. Ledger Live does not support Caspa, but you can connect. There is a Caspa app for the Ledger, and it works with a third-party wallet. So you can store your Caspa if you want to using your Ledger. Let's go into my agenda here real quick, if we can. And there were some things I wanted to point out. Yeah, let's do this. I wanted to analyze Ledger Live's portfolio interface. And then I'll also talk a little bit about sort of hacking Ledger Live. So yeah, let's open this folder here. I'm running Windows 11, and I'm looking at my C drive, which is the default hard drive on most people's computer. Most people only have one hard drive. You can see I've got a secondary internal drive and an external drive, and I've got some USB flash drives connected at the moment. But most people will only have your local disk, your C drive. So, and contingent crypto, thank you for that. Thoughts on DeFi farming, love, game. DeFi farming is a little tricky. I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. It's not a set and forget thing. If you're going to do DeFi farming, like on PancakeSwap or Uniswap or 1inch, or even on Jupiter or Radium, anything like that where you can participate in liquidity pools, it's a good way to generate passive income, but I'll say it again, it's not a set and forget thing. You need to monitor what you're doing, and you need to make sure that you're keeping track of what you're doing. Check it on a daily basis. You don't want to suffer impermanent loss because you just kind of forgot about a trading pair that went crazy one way or the other. So a lot of liquidity pools, you've deposited liquidity of a particular pair, and you can suffer impermanent loss, which means one of the coins in the pair goes really high or really low, and then your percentage allocations of the coins get skewed, and you could end up with a whole bunch of the coin that you really didn't want. Whereas you might have made more money had you simply held both of those coins separately and just took profits on their ups and downs, right? It's complicated, and I'm not against it, but it's not, I wouldn't recommend it for beginners. And also, if you're going to do stuff like that, please use secondary wallets. It's not a big deal to create another MetaMask account or another hot wallet, or even to go out and buy a secondary hardware wallet. If you're going to do DeFi and you have a DeFi wallet, please don't connect it to your long-term holding wallet. A lot of people will have like a wallet with 10 or 20 Ethereum in it. It's got thousands of dollars worth of Ethereum in it, and they're connecting it to these sketchy farming sites. Some of them could be rug pulls. Some of them could be outright scams. You don't know. But don't expose your go-to wallet to that sort of thing. Just use a secondary wallet. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Ledger Live here real quick and its portfolio. And there were some things I wanted to point out to people. The first thing I'll say is that Ledger Live is not a very good portfolio manager. Ledger Live is a great wallet. I love it. It manages a lot of different cryptos, and it sends and receives. Very straightforward, easy to use interface, and you can dive into any of your accounts and look at your transaction history on the blockchain. It's great, but as a portfolio manager, it's not that great. There are other ways to manage your portfolio. But I did just kind of want to point out one of the weaknesses that I see in Ledger Live is that it takes into account the fact that you're moving crypto in and out of it. And I think people may not realize that, or that may not be what they want. So let me just give you, and mine is really difficult because I'm always moving crypto in and out of it. So this little figure here of this 23% increase and this dollar-based increase is almost meaningless. I don't even look at it most of the time. So let me explain to you what I mean, and I'll go into some other ones. You can manage multiple Ledger Live profiles. If we look at our C drive and then we go down into the users folder, there is a folder with your name on it, or whatever your Windows account email looks like, right? You'll probably recognize it. You go inside there, and then there's another folder called App Data, which is hidden by default. So if you don't see it here, you need to go to the View menu and choose Show Hidden Items, right? Similar in Windows 10, but it's a little trickier to get to, but there is a little tick box that says Show Hidden Files and Folders in Windows 10 in the View options, right, if you get to it. And so we go into App Data, and then there's Local, Local Low, and Roaming. You might have more than these. But inside the roaming folder is where a lot of programs store their preferences file. And so does Ledger Live. Now, keep in mind that your cryptocurrency is not stored on your computer in Ledger Live. A lot of people think that. It's also not stored on your device. The device has the private key. The Ledger Live software has the public information, the balance, the interface, send and receive, and the transaction history. That's all public information. And that's what Ledger Live holds. Now, and it's all based on the wallets that you create starting on the device. The device exports the public information out. So you can delete your Ledger Live and not lose your crypto. Now, the first thing I'll show you here is that I have closed Ledger Live. We can take this folder here, and we can just change the name of it. Right? Now, when we do that, when we launch Ledger Live looks for the Ledger Live folder in the roaming folder. If it doesn't find it, it's going to create its own, and it will be basically blank. So let's launch Ledger Live. I'll show you what I mean. So we relaunch Ledger Live, and now it's like it's brand new. It doesn't know anything about what's going on with any of my accounts, right? It's like a brand new copy of Ledger Live. And if we go back to this folder, in and out of it, you'll see that Ledger Live has created a Ledger Live folder. So we're going to take advantage of that fact. So basically, Ledger Live is looking for the Ledger Live folder. So let me go ahead and delete this one. Now, you'll notice that I have several folders here, and they're all based on different devices and family members at my household, right? So instead of seeing everyone's accounts in one big giant, mishmash pot in Ledger Live, I've created separate preferences folders for each person. And so let's take a look at this one. So I can access it by simply renaming it back to Ledger Live. All right, now let's relaunch Ledger Live. Now we can get back to our discussion of the Ledger Live portfolio interface. So notice this copy of Ledger Live. Look at the last operations. You can see that the last incoming transaction was November of 2020. That was the last time I put any crypto at all into this copy of Ledger Live or this device that's associated with just these two accounts, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So what's interesting about that is if I go to the 1 day, well, that's accurate. There's really been a slight uptick in the percentage over the last 24 hours and about a $28 gain, right? If we look at 1 week, you can see that there's been a 12% gain over the last week. And this is accurate because there has been no activity in and out of the wallet, right? So this is an accurate reflection of what most people would be thinking about when you're dealing with a portfolio, right? I want to know, how much my portfolio has gained over the last week. Now and the same holds for 1 month, right? This is what we've got over the last month. We got a 50% increase in the portfolio. And then even for 1 year, we've got 137% increase. But look what happens when I hit all, right? It tells me that I have a $10,857.31 increase all time. Well, what the heck does that mean? And what it means is that's the crypto that I put in there, right? So it's basically telling me, well, you have a gain because you put crypto in there. Well, I know I put crypto in there. So it's not very useful in that sense. So what happens with this portfolio data is that it gets affected by moving crypto in and out. And if you're constantly moving crypto in, you're going to see increases in your metrics here that aren't related to the price of your crypto going up. There will be some of that, but a lot of it will just be related to the fact that you're putting more crypto in. So if you're doing dollar cost averaging and you're hitting your wallet with $100 worth of Bitcoin every month, you're going to, that week that Bitcoin hits, you're going to see like a huge increase in your portfolio percentage, but it's not based on the price of Bitcoin going up. Bitcoin price could be steady, but you're just putting more crypto in there and it's reflecting that. So I just don't think that the Ledger Live interface is that useful. Now, like I said, for a long-term holder like this particular wallet, the weekly and the monthly are accurate because I haven't moved anything in or out in the last month or week or even the last year, right? We can look at the same thing in this other portfolio. Let's make sure that I haven't muted it. All right, let's look at this one. I like looking at this one. This is a device that's sort of just, we loaded some crypto on it and we stuck it in a drawer, and it hasn't really done much. But I have pulled it out of the drawer and updated the firmware periodically. Did that a month or two ago. Let's look at this one. So we can see that the last incoming crypto into this wallet or this ledger device was October 30th of 2019. So we see the same phenomenon here. So we got the 1 week, the increase of 1 week, which is accurate. We've got the 1 month increase, which is accurate. We have the 1 year, which is accurate, right? Pretty impressive. And then we've got the all, which just says, hey, it was empty, and then you put crypto in there, basically. So I just want you guys to be aware of that, and I thought that those profiles were good illustrations of the fact. And then if we look at, if we look at mine, it's all over the map. Because crypto is constantly coming in and out. All right, let's open it again here. This is mine. This is the one that is based on the ledger device that I have right here. So, I mean, if we look at it, you can see that I had some stablecoin come into this wallet today, right? So if we look at my 1 day, it's got a 258% increase, but that is not because the price of the cryptos went up. I got $216 worth of stablecoin today, and that percentage tick up is just reflecting that. So it's not a great one. Now, what should you use? Probably something, I believe CoinGecko has a portfolio management. I'm not sure where it is, but I believe there's a way to do it. Here. You can go to portfolio. You can sign up for it, and then you can track cryptos. I don't believe that it ties directly to your wallets. You basically just have to manually say, okay, I bought X crypto today, and then I sold X crypto today. But someone was asking me earlier about their crypto portfolio, and I wanted to point this out as well, which is another like defect or something that doesn't work out too well for a crypto portfolio tracker. I use this Crypto Pro, and if we go in here, this isn't really accurate, but I did for a while there. I was pretty good about putting in, like whenever I made a purchase, I would log it in here, and whenever I made a sale, I would log it in here so that at least I could see what the current value of my portfolio was. But notice that the Ethereum one says 0. And we'll look there, the Monero one says 0. And the Kronos one says 0. And that is because I told it, okay, I bought a bunch of, let's just say Ethereum, right? I bought a bunch of Ethereum a long time ago, and over the time that I had this little portfolio set up, I sold some of that Ethereum. Well, the remaining Ethereum that's in there now has already paid for itself, right? It's pure profit. So the portfolio tracker doesn't really give me any useful information about the profit there. Even though it should say 100%, but it doesn't. It says 0%. But I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. There might be a way to fix that. I'm not sure. What's the name of this? Crypto Pro. They probably have a website, but there are a lot of crypto portfolio tools. Now, I have Coinly. It looks like Coinly has one. CoinStats has one. CoinMarketCap has one. A couple of other companies have them. One of the biggest complaints that I've done some videos, I think I did some videos on CoinStats. One of the biggest complaints that I'll get is people saying, how could you, they're going to hack you. They know your crypto. I'm like, the whole point of cryptocurrency is that there's a private key and a public key. And the robustness of the cryptography involved in cryptocurrencies means that you can share your public address safely. That's the whole point of cryptocurrency, that I can give you my Bitcoin address without worrying about you having access to my Bitcoin wallet, because I'm giving you a public receiving address, but I maintain the private key. So a lot of people like say, oh, I don't want these people, they can hack. They're not, there's no way someone can hack you by having your public addresses, right? So, but people are just super paranoid. They think that, they're going to get hacked because they've shared their public addresses. That's not true. Now, you are giving up a certain amount of your privacy by using these. Some people are wary of that, and I totally understand that. But they will not be able to steal your crypto by simply sharing your public crypto addresses with them. And there's really, other than maintaining an Excel spreadsheet on your own, there's really no way to track your portfolio, unless, of course, you just leave all of your crypto on Coinbase or Kraken or Binance, and then, you can see the value of your portfolio on their exchanges as well. So just wanted to point out that tracking your crypto portfolio can be a little complicated, especially when it comes to self-custody. But I wouldn't recommend Ledger Live as the #1 portfolio tracker. It's not bad at just telling you the current value of the crypto you have, but other than that, it's not that useful. Let's see. If you can still pull BTC off a hard drive from 2012, can we not have wallets like that? Interesting. A lot of people, you're mentioning that, okay, I had a Bitcoin wallet on a hard drive back in 2012. That's all well and good. And maybe you can pull it off, maybe you can't. It might be inaccessible. There are certain wallets such as Armory Wallet. Armory Wallet had a backup scheme that was not standard. They had this weird backup code that you were supposed to be able to use to restore your Armory wallets, but then it doesn't always work properly. It's non-standard. And so when the BIP39 protocols came out, and I'm not sure exactly when they came out. Let's see. Let's true wiki. Whoops. Okay. Nah, it's not going to help me that much. BIP. Maybe it's not going to. Anyhow, the BIP39 standard is what we're used to seeing today, which is the 12 and 24 word backup phrases. Let's go back one here. Yeah. These are industry standards and they're compatible. But a lot of people will say stuff like, show me how to use a paper wallet. Paper wallets are pretty much obsolete now. And I've had a lot of people with paper wallets that were having issues trying to sweep the private keys from their paper wallet into a compatible wallet. A lot of people want to be super safe and secure, and they get uber secure and they get obsessed with security and, in hiding their Bitcoin in some cryptic wallet with all the security. And then come the time to access that crypto, they're stumped because they used technology that was sort of beyond their level of expertise to store their Bitcoin. And now they can't figure out how to regain access to that. So you want to be real careful when it comes to storing and retrieving cryptocurrency. You're much better off just using a mainstream hardware wallet. It's great technology. It's been around for a number of years now. Yes, it's true. I might be able to access a wallet from a hard drive back in 2012, but wallet technology has evolved. So it's really not best practice to use paper wallets or cryptic older type wallets. Sure, you do have a space up there on the blockchain, but that crypto that's stored out there on the blockchain might become inaccessible. That wallet might be so outdated you can't figure out how to regain access to those coins you stored. So in today's day and age, if you want to buy Bitcoin and store it in a wallet, your best bet is to use a mainstream cryptocurrency hardware wallet. Hands down, the best, safest, and secure ways to store cryptocurrency. And there'll be people out there that, Ledger got hacked, or Ledger has a back door, or Trezor got hacked, or whatever, or use this wallet, it's super secure. The people lose crypto by trying to be uber secure. Believe me, I have heard many sad stories from people that tried to be uber secure and end up losing their crypto rather than just using an easy to use mainstream wallet solution because they're worried someone's going to hack their wallet. People just get nuts when it comes to their money, right? Let's see, what else are we going to do? Let me catch up with this. Does anyone know how to get WIF or bonk out of my Phantom Ledger wallet? It won't connect with my Ledger. I can't even add my Ledger wallet when I set up my EXT in Brave. Currently using Chrome, ? You don't have to use Phantom Wallet if you use the Solana app on your device. So, might be a good time to cover that NuFi wallet. So here is my Ledger device. I'm going to enter my PIN. Oop. Whoop. So what you're saying, let me get this. Mickey Lee. Mickey is saying, okay, so I set up Phantom Wallet, which I don't have here at the moment. Let me see if I can do this. I know it's a little tricky to do this right in the middle of a live stream, but I'm going to try. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, we got that. Let's put this over here. All right. Oops. Okay. So let's start from scratch. Okay, so the first thing we will note is that if you were using Phantom in conjunction with your Ledger device, then you installed the Solana app on your device, right? So if we go to My Ledger, we can grant authorization here, and then just double check and make sure that we have the Solana app installed on our device. We go over here to apps installed, and we can see Solana, right? So I have the Solana app on my device. Now let's say that you deleted the Solana app on your device after you set up your Phantom wallet. Well, all you have to do is reinstall the Solana app, and the Ledger device basically recreates the exact same wallet. So you don't, the Ledger will remember any wallets you create. It doesn't just create a random brand new Solana wallet every time you install the Solana app. Once you've installed it and created a wallet and stored some crypto in there, it will always be there if you delete and re-add the app, right? So, so we've covered that, right? We've got the Solana app on our device. So let's go back, and we're going to start a new Phantom wallet. The problem I have with Phantom wallet is that it won't let me connect my Ledger device by default, right? It always asks me to create a standalone wallet. So what are we in here? We're in Brave, right? So let's hit this. Let's add to Brave. All right, and then we're going to set this wallet up. Now, I would say I already have a wallet, right? Because I have the Solana app on my device. But it won't let me just connect my device, right? It's going to force me to create a brand new wallet. So I'll say create brand new wallet. I'll give it a password. All right, let's agree to this. There's the recovery phrase. Well, I'm going to let you see it. And I can't, it won't let me copy it. That's really, okay, I'll do this. Whoops. Maybe this wasn't the best time to try to do this, but I'm going to soldier through this. I don't mind showing you this because I don't plan on storing any crypto in the default wallet. And the reason I have to write these down is because it's going to ask me to confirm these. All right. All right. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. So just so you can see what since we don't care here, I wrote them down, right? All right. So let's go here, and they didn't even ask me to confirm it. That was dumb. Not a very good way to run a wallet, if you ask me. So yeah, they didn't even ask me to confirm it. So I may have written one of these down wrong, or wrote one word twice, or did something really weird, but whatever. So we've got the wallet now. Now here's the thing. I want to connect my ledger. So I wish that it would have just let me connect my ledger from the beginning, but it didn't. It forced me to create a standalone empty wallet. But now that I have done that, I can hit these three dots up here and hit this plus, and now I can connect my hardware wallet. And it's going to create a separate wallet. So let's go ahead and zoom in my camera so you can see what I'm doing over here. We'll turn this thing on. Oops. Oh. Come on, baby. Sorry. Okay. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. All right, so we need to be in the Solana app. This is a Solana wallet. Remember, we made sure that we had the Solana app installed on our device, so we've done that. And then now let's connect our hardware wallet. It tells me to connect my ledger. I've done that. It looks for it. There it is. My browser sees it. A lot of times people fail this because something in their browser is like causing problems. Like another extension is conflicting or something like that. All right. Now it wants me to choose chains, right? Which is cool. It supports more than Solana, but that's all we're interested in right now. So let's just do Solana. So it's going to connect. Make sure you've got Solana open and ready to roll here. Sees the accounts. I can select the accounts here. I'm just going to select the one that I know has a balance that, there's some empty ones, some historic ones, and whatever. So we're just going to use this one. Let's hit continue. We'll hit done. And now I can go in here and see it. Now remember, you saw that seed phrase. It has nothing to do with this wallet. This wallet is protected by my ledger. This wallet is completely separate from this blank empty one that we wrote down the seed phrase for, right? So, but this is the ledger-based wallet. So if you're having trouble accessing the Solana that you created in a previous Phantom wallet that's based on your ledger, then you can delete Solana, re-add it. You can also try re-adding it in a different browser. You can try it in Chrome, try it in Firefox. Worst case scenario, you could try it on a different computer. You could use a different cable. It may be a connection issue. Try a different USB port. Maybe try, if you've got like 7 USB devices, maybe disconnect a few of them. Just troubleshoot. It's not always the wallet. Sometimes it's something on your computer, some kind of physical issue with your computer, or some software issue in your operating system. You've downloaded some bloatware or some freeware or some spyware or some adware or some bizarre extension that's interfering with the Phantom extension. Sometimes these wallet extensions interfere with each other. Sometimes Rabby Wallet interferes with MetaMask, right? So sometimes you just kind of have to maybe delete all of your other extensions, in a fresh browser, try it, that kind of thing. Linda, wait a minute. I get that. I'm just trying to make it like a caveman text so we don't have to update 20 times a year. For me, that kind of defeats the purpose. I understand what you're saying there, taking care of business. And I lecture people quite a bit about keeping their devices up to date. To me, that is part of what self-custody is all about. We move forward in technology. It used to be you could buy a computer and use it for a year, and they may not have an update, like Windows 3.11, if you remember. That was like, for a couple years, that was the go-to system. And then they came out with Windows 98, and then they came out with Windows whatever, Windows Vista, Windows 7, whatever. And each time Windows updated, it became more of a maintenance job to keep it up to date. Now, Windows 11, I just run updates automatically behind the scenes because they're constantly updating, because it gets more complicated. Our phones, right? It used to be you bought an iPhone 7 and you didn't update it for like a year until they came out with a new iOS. Well, now iOS updates are happening like every couple of weeks. There's a new iOS update running on the background. So it's just part of modern life that technology needs to be updated. Blockchains are constantly being updated. If you've got that static wallet that you just want to throw in the drawer, more power to you. But depending on which cryptos you're managing, you might pull out that static wallet after a year or two, and the Solana blockchain is now different. And your static wallet that you were able to throw in the drawer doesn't work anymore because the Solana chain has been updated. Now, the Bitcoin blockchain is a little more stable in that sense. It doesn't like get constant updates. Because it doesn't have as much functionality as some of these newer blockchains, but the same logic applies. Bitcoin blockchain gets updated. You need your wallet to reflect these updates and be compatible with these updates. Wallets are not perfect. They're adding new features, they're adding new bug fixes, they're adding new security updates. So yes, it's a chore, but it's worth it if you want to self-custody your crypto. I totally understand your thinking. I'm so tired of updates. Me too, right? I'm constantly getting software on my computer that's, it's time to update. And it's like, I'm kind of busy right now. I just want to check my email and get on with my day. And like this software window pops up that tells me I got to run this update, and it's a hassle. I get it, right? But if you're custodying 50 grand worth of crypto. Isn't it worth it to like keep your wallet and your hardware up to date? I don't know. That's just me. I've always been in favor of updates. Um, so yeah, that's. I think I heard a click. That's funny. Oh, I don't know that I took a screenshot or not. I might have. Linda Abernathy, I wanted to read this. Because of you, I've been able to access my deceased husband's Bitcoin. I never was involved before he died. Thank you. I will send people your way, and you've gained a faithful follower. Thank you so much, Linda. You know, it's funny. I remember that I used to walk in the park when I lived in California, and one of the regulars that walked, we all walked together and stuff, and her husband had passed away, and she was telling me that I can't access anything on my husband's computer. He's got some sort of password called LastPass. And I told her, I said, there is a master password for LastPass somewhere. So you need to find it. Look in his drawer, look in his desk, whatever, and look for the password to his password manager. And once you have found that, you'll be able to unlock his password manager, and then you'll be able to get into everything. You'll be able to get into whatever those accounts were that you don't know the password for. Could have been 10 or 15 or 20 different accounts that were in his browser, but she couldn't get into him, like his finances and his brokerage accounts, his bank, all that stuff. And a week later or a little while later, she came back and said, hey, you were right. He did have a LastPass password, and I found it. And I was able to like regain access to all of his stuff. So yeah, I mean, technology can be daunting. And it's a good idea while we're on the subject. And thank you so much for that, Linda. I really appreciate that. But my good friend Randy, we met here in Grand Rapids, and we had some coffee and pie together on our first meeting. And, he looked me straight in the eye and he said, would you be willing to help my wife with my cryptocurrency if something were to happen to me? And I was like blown away. But, Randy and I are great friends now, and I would be more than happy to help his wife if anything, God forbid, were to happen to him. I sure hope it doesn't. But yeah, I'm here with education. I hope it helps people. And that's a great story, Linda. I really appreciate it. Mickey Lee, I've been troubleshooting for 2 weeks. Thought it was my Nord VPN. Possibly. You don't necessarily need your Nord VPN on to access Phantom. Now, another thing that I will also point out, if we, let's delete my Soulflare wallet from Brave, and let's go to Soulflare. Let's basically do the same thing. We'll download the Brave extension. We'll add it. And look how much easier it is to set up the Soulflare wallet than it was the Phantom wallet. They give me, I'll go ahead and pin this. They give me a new wallet, a recovered wallet, or I can directly connect my Ledger device without having to set up an empty wallet, right? And I've still got the Solana app running. There it is. So let's just hit Ledger. Let's hit continue. I got to set up a password here. Okay. Basically, I just need to have the wallet connected, unlocked, and in the Solana app. And there, it finds the accounts. We'll go ahead and use this one. This is the one. we've been talking about. I don't really want to use this one. I'll just untick it. We'll hit continue, and boom, there we go. And notice it's the same as the Phantom. The exact same. Well, their price APIs. There's a slight discrepancy in the way they're retrieving the prices of the crypto in this wallet. But as you can see, it's the same wallet, right? Even though the price is slightly different there, the total price, right? Same amount of Solana, right? 5.49 Solana, 72548 Pith network. So we're basically accessing the same wallet using two different pieces of software. So if you're having trouble accessing the crypto that you stored in your Phantom wallet, that is, you used your ledger device, try Soulflare. It might work for you. I mean, you don't have to use Phantom. You can use any wallet software that's Solana compatible. And also, Ledger Live can see Solana as well. So if we go into Ledger Live and we delete this Solana account, we can choose Add Account, tell it we want to add a Solana account, and hit continue, and make sure the Solana app is open and that the device is connected. The Ledger Live is a little more forgiving with the Ledger device. It'll tell you, hey, you need to connect it. Hey, you need to open the Solana. It'll even offer to open it for you. Whereas third-party wallets will give you cryptic error messages if you have skipped any of the steps. But this is a good way to reinforce the fact that a crypto wallet begins and ends with the private key, right? The private key lives on the device, but mathematically it can derive the public information of the wallet, and it sends it out to your software. In this case, we're doing Ledger Live now. Bobby, going to dinner. Oh, hope you have a good one. I appreciate you stopping by tonight. We all, the whole family, the whole CryptoDad family went to see Kung Fu Panda 4 today. And then we went out to dinner afterwards. It's always good to have dinner with people you love. It was funny when we left. We were like, where should we go and eat? And my wife said, well, we just watched Kung Fu Panda, so we should have Chinese food. And my daughter says, no, I'd rather have Vietnamese food. And then we were driving and we passed Panda Express. And I was like, well, we just saw Kung Fu Panda, so we should eat at the Panda Express. And everybody in the car's like, no. Oops. Okay. Well, all right. So something weird happened. I don't know what it is with Solana, but I've had some issues with Solana lately, connection issues. I think it's probably the chain might be overloaded or something like that. It's possible. My arm's getting tired, so I'm just going to turn the camera off here for a second. Daylight savings time tonight. Thanks for that, Dan. Yeah. So, we just had a little glitch, so I'm just going to try again. We might get that glitch back again, but I'm not really that worried about it because I know the crypto is still there. If I continue to get this error message in Ledger Live, I might try maybe doing it later tonight or early tomorrow when there's less traffic, right? That's always another option. Let's see here. A lot of people here tonight. Thank you guys for being here as always. Didn't iOS just get charged for updates purposely slowing down older devices? Maybe they did. Right. I wouldn't know about that. In addition to being a person that always updates, is always willing to update their software, I'm always getting brand new devices because of that issue. Now, I don't know 100% whether Apple is engaging in a business practice of uh, what they might call purposeful obsolescence. I used to work at a old Apple store before they had Apple stores. It was an Apple authorized reseller, and we were constantly running into that issue. This is just with before the iPhone. Apple was constantly coming out with new computers that had different interfaces, and they weren't compatible with the previous cables. People would come in and buy a brand new iMac, and then it wouldn't work with their old serial Mac printer. So Apple's been doing this for years, but maybe they did. Maybe somebody sued them over that. Planned obsolescence or whatever you want to think about it. I used to work as a Mac consultant. I go to people's houses, and I remember I had this one particular customer that was thoroughly convinced that Apple was engaged in a conspiracy to force him to buy a new computer every year, and he refused to do it. So he had like this old clunky Mac LC, which is like one of the early Macintosh computers, and he refused to get a better one, and he was always having problems with it. And I was like, you could just buy a new one and you would like have, less problems. All right, so the Solana finally synced up. We'll hit add account. And so, yeah, so basically the wallet starts with the private key. Private key is stored on the device. Mathematically, cryptographically, it can generate the public information that it can export out to software, in this case, Ledger Live or Solana, Soulflare wallet or Phantom wallet, right? Any of these wallets are compatible with Solana, right? Because somebody asked me in the YouTube comments earlier, they said, you're talking about the Keystone Pro hardware wallet, and you're talking about the OKX app that works with it, and you're referring to them both as the wallet. Which one is the wallet? And I was like, well, you got me there. I'm being imprecise. But technically, when it comes to a hardware wallet, the device is one component of the wallet, and the software is another component of the wallet. A lot of people call this the wallet. Well, it's not really. It's the keychain to the wallet. The Ledger Live could be called a wallet, but also each separate account in Ledger Live can also be considered a separate wallet. So the term wallet can be applied in many respects when we're dealing with cryptocurrency. It can be confusing. I get that totally. Let me see here. I want it to be like my baseball cards. Oh yeah, I get that totally. Yeah, or a gold coin or something that you store it, forget it, set and forget. There are certain cryptos that are more like that, as far as like my Cosmos. I staked it, and I don't go in there and have to check it every day, but I do make sure that my device is updated and the firmware. And sometimes there's Cosmos app updates, right? I didn't iOS. Yes, that's very good. Thanks for being here, taking care of business. Good perspective on, and it sort of brings up a lot of the issues that people have when it comes to crypto and crypto wallets. Do you recommend or use any portfolio management software other than Ledger Live? I told you that I was using Crypto Pro, and I think they may have a web-based version. Let's see. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think. Oh no, it shows it on a computer. Yeah, so they have a version for Mac, iPhone, iPad, App. Ah, so they don't seem to have a Windows version of this app. Interesting. Yeah, I guess the Mac platform now is like more compatible with iOS than it used to be. So maybe that's why the people from this developed, a Mac version of this. But no, I don't. I just kind of rely on Ledger Live. Also, another thing you might want to think about is crypto tax software. Pardon me. We talked about Coinly. There's Coin Ledger. There's another one called Coin Tracker. TurboTax can also track your cryptocurrency portfolios. So basically, when you use something like this, you're connecting your wallets and your exchange history to these services so that they can determine when you bought crypto, how much you made, how much you lost, and keep track of all that. And yes, you have to connect all of your wallets so they know how much crypto you have or whatever. But I mean, if you're trying to find an easy way to do your taxes, these kind of services work really well. And not only can they help you prepare your crypto taxes by helping you determine your total capital gains and or losses due to your crypto trades, they can also kind of help you track your portfolio, so to speak, as well. So I like Coinly and Coin Ledger. I think I've done videos on both of these. If you're interested in checking these out, I know crypto tax time is approaching. Let's see here. If we go here. Yeah, so you can see I've done a Coinly video, which I'll paste a link to that if you're interested. And where were we? I've done a Coin Ledger video. That would be over here. Oh yeah, so there's Coinly and there's Coin Ledger. I'll put a link to this one. So yeah, so these are great for helping you do your crypto taxes. Now they don't prepare your entire crypto. They don't prepare your entire tax revenue for you. Basically, they give you the tax form for capital gains, right? They will help you generate that tax form. And then that is just one among all the other parts of your tax obligation, right? You go to your tax accountant or you go to H&R Block or you use TurboTax or whatever, and then they will, incorporate that capital gains form into your tax return. But yeah, I mean, if you've been buying and selling a lot of crypto over the last tax year, you owe it to yourself to do the best job you can to accurately report any crypto gains. Also, it's in your interest if you've incurred some crypto trading losses to incorporate those. I mean, that might help you with some of your write-offs. So yeah, check out Coinly, Coin Ledger, Coin Tracker. I've done videos on Coin Tracker, and I believe Crypto TurboTax has Intuit TurboTax has support for crypto. I've never used or done any videos on TurboTax, but I understand that now you can incorporate some of your, see it says file your crypto taxes. So they support that too now. All right. Interesting stuff. Let's see where we were on the agenda. Dan, we are on pace to shatter the highest weekly close tomorrow. Yeah, right on. Let's see where we're at with the current price of Bitcoin, eh? 68,566. Looking good. Yeah. Dan, I sent you a text yesterday. You may not have seen it, or maybe I didn't send it to you. Yeah, we went to K Pacha over there in that mall next to the Red Geranium. It's crypto. It's Korean street food. Uh, but yeah, I remember we were. I don't know if you were what you were up to yesterday, but I shot you a text. Mr. Miskey, no, you have secured the assets with the Ledger Nano. You are viewing them on the Soulflare wallet. Oh, did Mr. Miskey ask about that? Get back up here. Oh, I can't see where Mr. Miskey asked his original question. That happens to me sometime. I can see people replying, but then I can't figure out the original question. Oh, Thomas. Okay. You have secured the assets with the Ledger Nano. You're viewing them on the Soulflare wall. Oh, right. Thomas was asking that. And if you mistake click on a scam NFT that was sent to the Soulflare wallet, will your cryptos be protected? You have to do a lot more than just click on it, Thomas. So if we go into the Soulflare, over into the NFT section, we're going to, this, I bought this NFT a while back. But if I click on this scam NFT, I have to do a lot more than just click on it to make the problem. See, what they want me to do is go to this website to make the claim. And that's where you're going to get scammed or encounter some kind of wallet drainer. They're going to ask you to connect your wallet, in order to claim this $1,000 worth of US dollar coin. And that's where you're going to get scammed, right? Just clicking on the NFT is not enough, right? You can safely ignore them. Oh, you did. Okay. Did he mention anything about the will? Did Bitcoin really hit an all-time high yet before the pullback? Yes, we've had 2 all-time highs this week, right? We were at the all-time high of $70,200, something like that, on yesterday, on Friday. Woo, cool stuff. Let's see. There was something else I was going to do. Whoops. Let's see here. We were going to try out the NuFi. I think I'll skip that. We're running out of time. It's another wallet that you can connect to your Ledger or Trezor and manage Solana. It's kind of a kitchen sink wallet. I'll just briefly talk about it. It's basically, you install the browser extension. I think I've already done it. Maybe I haven't. Yeah. So yeah, you install the extension, and then you can start connecting. You can create a standalone wallet if you want to. I'm not that crazy about like connecting my crypto wallets to my social accounts. I think that's confusing. I think people might get confused by that and think that their cryptos in Facebook or in their Google. I don't know. I would prefer not to, connect using any of these methods. But you can create a new wallet and they'll give you a seed phrase, or you can pair up with a hardware device with multiple cryptos, right? We'll just call this wallet main. Right, we'll agree, and then they're going to want me to create a password. Okay, and I don't need a recovery phrase because I'm only going to be using my device. So I'll just skip that part. Okay, there's been some fixes. Interesting. We'll say got it. And I have my Ledger device here. And I can connect several different types of accounts to the NuFi wallet, right? Let's, we could do the Solana, and it would just end up being the exact same account that we've been playing around with all night, right? We're gonna connect there, and it's going to, now notice here that it only shows me empty balances. I have to go to this Soulflare legacy, which is weird. I don't know why it does that, but it does, right? And now you can see my Solana balance, the one that we've been messing around, and that small one too. So we'll just continue there. We'll let it just name itself. And there, it's the same Solana account. Let's see if it gives me a dollar value here. Give it a minute. Yeah, there it is. Same balance, $2,081. This is the same as Soulflare. Oh, very close to it, right? And but it's kind of cool that this particular wallet you can add lots of different types of account. It's almost like Ledger Live, right? I want to add another hardware account. Let's do Polygon this time. We'll hit continue, connect. This time I need to get out of the Solana app and go into Polygon. I would say, let's see, what are they? They might, okay, they want the Poly app. Okay, so we got to get in there. It's always helpful to read the instructions. Sometimes I don't even read the instructions, and then I'm wondering, well, what's going on? Okay, there's the Polygon. All right, let's just make sure it's up to date. Make sure the firmware is up to date. Make sure Ledger Live is not running. Okay. Actually, it's the Ledger Live manager, this My Ledger, that really interferes. But we can just close Ledger Live. Let's say, okay, I've set up my Ledger. Let's connect again in the browser. And then it's going to load the accounts. There's one with some Matic in it. It's not a bunch. We'll hit continue. And there we go. And so, you know, I can manage more than just my Solana. I can also manage my Matic. Let's hide these. Right, so you can see I've got Matic assets down here and some, you know, some Matic tokens. So the NuFi wallet, and what's nice about NuFi is I can also connect my Trezor device. So we'll go ahead and connect my Trezor T. All right. I'll go ahead and enter the PIN. Whoops. Oh, I don't know if I did that right or not, but we'll see. Sometimes I get fat fingers when I'm... okay. Let's try it again. Okay. All right. Plus I'm blind here. I think I messed it up again. Damn it. Okay, just take a deep breath. Okay. Jeez. Okay. All right, I entered my PIN. All right, now let's do add account. We're going to do another hardware account. And let's do Solana. And this time we'll choose Trezor. Make sure the Trezor is connected. Make sure the firmware is up to date. Make sure Trezor Suite is not running. So let's close Trezor Suite. All right, and then let's hit I've set up my Trezor. It's going to take me to this Trezor Connect web interface. I'm going to go ahead and allow this. Actually, I'll leave this so that it asks me the question. Let's not. All right, let's export the public information. Let's use the standard wallet. And then it should take me right back over here. There's the account that has the Solana in it. Let's hit continue. And then I'll just let it name the account. And now I'm managing a Ledger Solana-based account and a Trezor Solana-based account. Thomas and I were trying to send my Jupe tokens out of this. We were having some issues. I have one Jupe token in here. Let's see if it works tonight. I'm going to grab this address. This is a different wallet, right? That's my Ledger-based wallet. Let's do a send. We'll paste in that address. We'll tell it we want to use the Jupe, which is the max is 1. Let's hit continue and submit. The Trezor is connected. The firmware is up to date. And then I'm going to export this again. All right, now I need to confirm on the device. Let's confirm, confirm, and then hold to confirm. I'm sending one Jupe token. All right, now it's submitting. And we'll see if this works tonight. It didn't work for Thomas and I yesterday. Just like when we tried to add the Solana account earlier, it timed out, I think. And so I had to try again. So we'll see. Is it worth it to wait for Trezor Save 3, or should I buy Trezor 1 as my first entry-level hardware wallet? That's a good question. I would say that I don't know that there's a wait on Trezor 3 now. I didn't realize that. You can buy a Trezor in a lot of different places. You don't have to buy it directly from Trezor. You can go and buy a Trezor on Amazon. A lot of people are leery of this, but it's perfectly fine because the Trezor wallet and the Ledger wallet all have cryptographic verification or integrity checks. So Trezor Model T, there's a Trezor Safe 3 available on Amazon, two-day Prime delivery. I know people, somebody's going to hack it, or is it? They can't. They cannot hack the cryptographic integrity check on a hardware wallet. It's the same technology that goes into Bitcoin and Ethereum. It is advanced mathematical cryptographic verification. Each device has a key embedded in the device. If the device is cracked open and fiddled with, that key, if one bit of that key is altered, it will not pass the verification check. So there is, if you buy it from Amazon and you connect it and set it up and it tells you that it's not genuine or it fails the integrity check, then return it and get a new one. And then you'll get one that works. It's like 1,000,000 to 1 that you're going to buy a Trezor somewhere and have it be that somebody tried to nobody is going to try to mess with it, because a hacker is smart enough to know that, it has an integrity check that's cryptographic. So yeah, just buy one on Amazon if you really need one. Oh, Rex P. Wizzle tried to send me a donation with poor results. I'm sorry to hear that, but thank you. Let's see if this thing... No, it didn't work. Yeah, it timed out again. Yeah. So, but we saw that earlier when we were trying to add my Solana account in Ledger Live, right? It's not just the NuFi. And plus, I had done a test earlier and it had worked. Anyhow, I just wanted to kind of show you. This is a pretty good explanation or demonstration of the way wallets work. A lot of people think that the wallet is in the software or somehow stored on your computer. It's not. It's not stored in the device either. The device has the private key. The software has the public key and the public information. And the crypto itself is stored out there on the blockchain. But the blockchain only, a blockchain address is only accessible for manipulation. I mean, anyone can see it, right? It's public depending on the blockchain. But in order to actually manage the crypto, to send crypto out from the wallet, only the holder of the private key can do that. And that is why, the person with the private key has access to the crypto. It may seem like it's in your device, but it's not. Joanne L., thank you for being here. JDO, thank you for being here. Dan, thank you. Diesel Kane, I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you, Kenny. Thank you, Bobby, for the donation. Thank you, Asil, for the donation. Thank you, Contingent Crypto. And Claude, thank you so much. Asil donated twice. Thank you so much. And of course, Thomas, thank you. I didn't really expect to get any return from our interaction. As I mentioned, I'm fully open to doing email support, especially if the person I'm dealing with is diligent and patient. And, I wanted to help you solve your problem. And I could see that you were making the best effort on your end. I'm glad we had a chance to speak yesterday. It was very nice meeting you. Let's see here. I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. Let's see. Let's get this. Pay no attention to that man behind the green screen. Oh, what happened? Now you can see my table. Once again, I'm going to do this every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions. I'll do my best to get them answered. I'll do my best to educate you on crypto wallets and crypto custody. Please join me next week. Also on Wednesday, usually around between 10 and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. I'm doing live streams for about an hour. So if I'm on too late or you're at work or whatever for my Saturdays, you might want to check me out on Wednesdays. And of course, I am uploading crypto info. I forgot to do my crypto tips tonight in the discussion. But I ran out of time, so I'll have to hit those next time. You might want to check on YouTube. I've got some shorts on the first two. Never reveal your seed phrase, number 1 crypto self-custody tip, and always do small test transfers, number 2. And then we'll go through the rest of them in our next week's live stream. Once again, thank you for being early, and thank you for the news stories, Kenny. Thank you, everyone that joined and contributed and asked questions, or if you just watched, thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you guys again soon. Pardon me.